Ooh, look at that glare. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 tips for blogging. But first I gotta tell you just a few things. The first being that when I speak of TMU, I'm talking about my website thoughtfulmindsunited.com, which will be linked down below, and you of course can check it out at any time you want. The second thing is that the next video will be based on your responses to this video, which is basically what is your advice about blogging. It doesn't have to be your top advice. It can be any advice, what you thought, or what you wish somebody would have told you, whatever it might be. So just leave it down below, or you can click the link down below, and then I will get those responses and then read them off to you guys and respond back. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. And I have changed positions. So my first tip, and possibly the top tip that I can give to you, is to be yourself. So cliche, but so important. Here's the thing. People in real life, when you meet them face to face, can be totally different than their blog self or on their blog world. I feel like people are more themselves and they share more of themselves than they would see face to face. So even if you feel like you're so stupid and you don't have anything to give, there are millions and millions of people on the blog platform to talk to, to interact with. So you need to be yourself, because most of the time you will attract those people that do appreciate you and do compliment your personality, or really enjoy you, even if people that you meet face to face don't seem to. Does that make sense? Because I think a lot of people could potentially turn away from vlogging, or even blog about something that they don't really want to, or be somebody else than whom they're not, because they don't think they're interesting or anything like that. And really what I've learned is that you are interesting, and that people do accept your personality, and they do like the way you write, and they do relate to your experiences, no matter how rare of a case you think you may have. Somebody relates. So that is my first tip, and top tip is to be yourself. Now my next tip is to not be afraid to experiment on your blog. Depending on the person and the reason for blogging, you may not know exactly what you want. You just probably won't, and especially when you first start out, don't let that discourage you, first of all, from blogging, because it's such a great experience to have. And I'm glad that I did it. I really just jumped in, so I didn't have anybody really teaching me, standing alongside teaching me. I kind of taught myself, so it's really good to just jump into that. But back to the point is to not be afraid to experiment on your blog. TMU, when we became a .com instead of a .wordpress.com, there was a lot of experimentation, because we started out with a logo that was black, white, and red. Those were our themes. That was our theme colors. Those were our logo colors. That was our colors. Those were our colors. Goodness, can't speak. But since then, we've recently changed to black, pink, and white. And then we have a little bit of gray on the background, just because it's what the blog allows. Also, you may have seen, depending on how long you go back, you may see that our themes have changed. The first theme, when we changed our domain, the first theme was a bot theme, and it was like magazine type. And I noticed that we weren't getting spread views. Like, it was views, if we did get views, it was a concentrated area, so we got fewer views with that theme. And then we switched to a free theme, and because of the layout of that theme, we now get more views on different things and a variety of posts. That's where experimenting comes into play. I would have never guessed it, or probably even changed it, if I wasn't like, wait a minute, hold up, let me try this. So experimentation is so important, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that's what it's all about. Don't get discouraged if it doesn't work, but don't like blow your head up because it did. Which leads me to my next point, which can be WordPress specific That is to watch your statistics, but don't be obsessed with them. And this is where the WordPress specific comes in, because I always recommend people to blog with WordPress. And so because of that, we have a lot of options, free options in the statistics area. We can see, these are just a few of them. We can see where the people live, where our blog viewers live, and by that I mean like the country, not exactly. We can see where they come from, what they click on when they come to our website, who's the top writer, or who is the most viewed, and how many views did they get, who commented the most and why, and maybe where the people came from and why, like I said before. So those are all instrumental things on building the success, because sometimes you have posts that do well and do better than others, which also is shown in the statistics, and you need to be able to build upon those successes. So for instance, I had a post, I had no idea it was going to be as much of a hit as it did, and it's called the 5 types of people that annoy me. Now, because that post had received such instantaneous views and likes, and because it continued to, even after the fact that it was posted for about a week or two, I decided to go back and look and see what was one of the most viewed posts and the most commented posts, and that one was it. So what I did was make a post that was a little bit more positive and said 5 things that people think annoy me or think that I don't like, and people responded likewise to that post. So just know what works for you and what doesn't, and that's what statistics help with. So be sure you pay attention with them, but don't go overboard with them. Don't be obsessed with them, but just use them as a guide. So this is the end of blogging tips part 1. If you would like to see part 2, please stay tuned, and it'll be up very, very shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.